Okay. Good evening, everybody. Why did I turn to Dr. Nick? I have no idea. But welcome in. I hope this day is finding you well. Smooth. I forgot I can rehang this up now that my parents are no longer in town. So, 1 second. I want to readjust the pins on my asexual board of neutrality charts. Does anybody actively see it? No. But I would like to have it correct. Good evening, Adaptus Drunkus. How are you? I would like it for myself. Cassette tapes were always neutral evil because you never had batteries for them, and it always sucked. Oh yeah, this pen's got 2 on there. How fares you tonight, sir or madam? Good evenings to you. Yes, I'm so smart. I have my paint bottles under right where I'm poking sharp things. It's going great. This'll be fine. This'll be fine. No issues whatsoever can be had with that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you will go in the lawful good section. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Once I get past this exercise, we will be doing Cutie Patootie Sunday. We're going to work on our orangutan and possibly bat some. I was working on getting my colors selected. And I looked over at my wall and I was like, oh yeah, I'm missing something that's supposed to be hanging. I ordered back a dice tray from the person that made this. I forget the name of I forget their name off the top of my head, but they made these pride boards, and on the pride board, you know, depending on which one you wanted to go with, you got like an alignment chart that went with it. So rather than using the standard pins that came with it, which you can do if you so desired and chose to do. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that pen. I thought it would be far more interesting to have it hanging in my painting office with pins that I have collected over the years as representation of who and what I am, rather than the pins that were provided. Neutral good would be Alien versus Predator. I'm taking the Dungeon Master pin off for now. I have the D20 shield on there, so that's okay. So I'll need to figure out a chaotic good because I don't know. I don't know if I have a true chaotic good anywhere in my collection right now. And from the days of Loot Crate, never thought I would feel old, but now I feel old. I'll have to ponder on my chaotic good. Yay! My office feels like my office again. The 2 other ones that I pulled out. On a quick glance, I forgot that that was Power Rangers. While I do remember watching that as a child or in my teen years, it is not going the chaotic good, and the other one is the Elder Scrolls, which might get on there. I don't know yet. For now, we shall file these away so the kitty cannot play with them. And we will push a zoom button really quick. We'll bring a figure into this. So we have been working on this guy for a while, and we're going to continue to work on him. I was trying to get my paints out for the selections of different things to paint because I have to paint all of his tubes, his browns, and his leathers. So I was thinking about doing his tubes with some iron hue and black with some white to see if I had got a non-metallic idea going that I liked. Um, Cobalt blue and blue for his gems, obviously. Clearly, that's the only choice. And then anything to touching up the non-metallic metal with both violet and cold yellow. Once again. So I am starting to find my way into specific colorings for ideas. So yay! That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Brushes are ready. Carbon and iron black are ready. And iron hue. Good evening, Malty. How are you? I need to turn the fan on. Thank you for that follow. Scan. The real Adeptus? Adeptus Druncus. Yes, they do drink, and they know things, I hope. And we'll use some Cloud Sky for our highlighting color. Oh, I need a brown. I start talking about all the browns I need. Actually grab a brown? Nope. Oh, we do need a brown. Yay! Happy birthday in your time zone. Oxide medium brown. You're welcome. Thank you for hanging out last night. It was enjoyable. My life right now is so complicated. Son of a biscuit. My So I accidentally taped down the painting camera in a place that is not supposed to be. I need to move it forward. I just haven't moved it forward. So I could have this out a little bit more so I can have my paints behind it. Oh. Ah, what's for dinner, Pook? What's for dinner? I had me some hot dogs and green beans. I need to talk to the guys at the meat market because the hot dogs they prepared, or the hot dogs they got, I don't know what they did, but they did something wrong. Something's wrong. Wrong, I say. Oh, you gotta love that, Poop. You gotta love that. It's always fun. What is the greatest problem we have? Autocorrect. Where did my sponge go? There's my sponge. Sponge goes underneath. Black gets mixed into the brown. We start blackening up our brown for our other bits. And I thin that way too much. Do I want that to be brown? I think I want that to be like steel. So we're not going to do it that way. I do want to take some of my iron hue, my black, and mix the two together. Needs a little bit more black. Not quite dark enough. Should thin your black first. Rinse your brush out. Over the chat while you thin your brush out. And then get some of your thin black and your iron hue. Mix the two together and you should get the colors you are desiring to get. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, where are you? Yeah, there we go. That might be way too thin now. Perhaps it's too thin. Yep, I screwed up. Thank you, brush, for carrying a water droplet you weren't meant to carry. Ginger beef must be lurking in the chat to haunt me. Itchy on my forehead. Itchy on my forehead. I need my magnifying glass. I'm actually surprised Katra is not in here losing her mind right now. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, we have the ginger beefet. I'm okay with that. I feel like I make out ahead of this deal. I feel like I'm ahead on this deal so far. I do lose the sassy ginger. However, I gain the one that keeps him on a leash. Therefore, I feel like I'm ahead on the deal, and it's a great day. I needed my magnifying glass because I was making sure that wasn't fur I was covering up. I think it is. Welcome in, Ginger. Mrs. Ginger. You're welcome. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Trying out a new electronic list on YouTube Music to see how I like it. We will just as necessary. I always do, but I like instrumental music while streaming. I find I don't accidentally start singing, and then I drive everyone away when I do that. So I hope everyone's weekend is going. Bum, bum, bum. All right. I need violet, gold, yellow. Violet and gold, yellow. Hmm. Man, there's a lot of great targets tonight. I've got Falling Freely, Laden Roses, Monster Dens Live. We are going to have a blast tonight when we raid out. All right. It's kind of even. The gray looks like shite right now. Can always fix it. And if I get absolutely bored of this, I'm going to switch over to the fruit bat. Or if I find myself struggling too hard with it. Sweet Christmas. Come on. Sir, you do know how to paint. Room. I need to get a new fan in here. That might be what I spend my Costco reward check on. No fan, who dis? Hookra! What you doing, you dance crab? What you doing, you dance crab? What you up to? What was for dinner? What'd you make for dinner? I'm curious. Oh, stretch really quick. Tostada melts. There's nothing wrong with this tostada melt. Sounds delicious. I did tacos yesterday. I'm going to do tacos tomorrow. And probably do nachos one night too, maybe. With my leftover taco meat. Find a way to recycle and upcycle it. Find that quickly. And is it worth the effort? So everybody says yes. Let's Did I do a heat on it? Oh. I must have myself. Did it heat? Eat. Interesting. Oh, sorry about that. I was looking for something. Um, I don't often throw things out, so I thought I had scale 75's Mars Orange still. You're okay. This entire time. Kitty, sometimes you make me wonder about life. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hold on 1 second. What's that? What's that? What's this? What's that? Hello, my love. Okay, 1 second. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Man, that's really interesting. I threw that one bottle out. I must have been furious with it. Right. Now I need black. In reality, I should stop being stupid and I should grab the brown liner. That will work a lot better. Four starter notes. I'll tell y'all. Water's good. It's too violet. Violet overtakes the brown. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Poop. Nothing wrong with that at all. I just, um, since I'm single and I live alone, I try to cook twice a week. Um, I try to find ways to recycle and upscale leftover meat sometimes. You know, tacos are good on their own, but sometimes it's good to, vary it up. Mix it up a smidge. I had a partner that did taco burgers one night for us. And just, yeah. Um, I should really, if I was not so badly burned by it in the past, um, I used to buy like yeah, the big, the big container that you can buy from like Costco for taco meat, where you just shake out what you need and there you go for the evening. And you can, portion it however you want. Uh, I found a giant dead cockroach in it one time, and I was like, we won't be doing that again. We won't be doing that again. So I've kind of been soured by doing that. It's a great idea. It's an amazing practice. It's just the execution leaves a lot to be lacking and desired. How's that? Is that better? So part of the dried taco seasoning itself ended up with a cockroach in it, just from the processing plant itself, and it just never got sifted out when they uh, did it. And I'm like, I understand, but at the same time, come on, like you find it, it's like, I don't know if I can trust this. I mean, I can. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just, it's one of those that you constantly think about it. It's like the one time you go to like Denny's or something and you get that one waiter or waitress that just doesn't care about anything. That's what it feels like. Yeah. It gets kind of So just don't. I just don't. Welcome in, Smithereen. I'll see you there. You doing that work lurk thing? Oh, you actually have a day off? Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. I like the La Prienda brand that is in my local area. It's so delicious. I find it so much more tastier than the El Paso taco seasoning. that is the greatest artistic. Yep, that's how we do it. Um, I have actually made my own taco seasoning before too. You can get some whole coriander and something else. You toast a couple of them together, and then you can mix the rest of it up. Sometimes it's nice, and sometimes you're like, it's too much work. Yeah, it's a binging with Babish video, if I remember it correctly. Or I do remember it correctly. I just haven't tried to do it in a long time. Hello. Hello. How are you? Hmm? Yeah. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on. I don't remember carrying that one upstairs. Did you bring that to me? Did you bring that to me? What? What do you mean, brown? Hi. Hi. Hello. 1 second, the cat word required. All right. No, we're not doing this tonight. We're not doing this tonight. Okay? That is my shoulder. Okay. Okay. You're about to get knocked off. Thank you. Thank you. She might be a little extra for a while. I'm not sure. She was fed. Do not believe her lies. I almost did come home with a dog today, though. Overdid it, LARP. Did you over 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 combat and over exercise. Oh, you did a lot of NPCing so people could have fun. That's nice. I've done that before. I have attended a LARP event. It is the fun. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. And happy Pride, Poot. Make sure you stay safe, just in case. Mel had something linked on her channel today for that. I don't remember exactly where it was or what it was. I was half paying attention to Twitch today, to be a complete honest. Um, there was a Blue Sky post that had free Pride emotes for everybody. Just credit the artist. I was like, okay. I'm just going to leave this alone for now. I think that's exactly what it should be. That would be fun. We have ads starting here in a few moments. I feel like Catra only barfs when she's eating leaves. I'm like, seriously, Cat? Sidebar ads. Ooh. Full screen ad. Oh yeah, pop that up. What was the ad? Just out of curiosity. Hi. What's up? You're okay. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? What do we say? What do we say, princess? Huh? What do we say? All right. All right. Apparently, I need a thumb. She needs me to push something. Well, come on. Yeah. Yeah. But she has got one of the cutest meows there is. But she has the so I now that my parents are gone and I can open the spare bedroom again. One of her laser pointer toys is in there, and she is somewhat interested in them sometimes, but not all the time. So trying to see if I can get her reinterested in it. Just as a way to help kind of like run energy out of her, because she's a very energetic. I have two of them going right now. And let me tell you, so she kind of likes it when we do the handheld at night and I am holding it the entire time. But no, 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 no. Do not like it when you're back there, sweetie. Don't mind most places. Back there, I kind of mind a little bit. So she doesn't like catnip. Katra does not like catnip. When I was at the Ren Fair, there is a lady that makes catnip that people just like cats have been known to go like crazy over. And I bought two catnip toys and a bag of catnip. So apparently, I'm gonna have to find Silvervine. Um, I was just curious if she would like it because when I buy the stuff from the grocery, like if I buy the stuff from my PetSmart, it doesn't do anything. It's not interesting to her. Um, you are the second cat that has not cared about catnip. And I've tried the catnip live plant, and you just don't care about it. Um, but this lady at the Ren Fair, she harvests from Michigan, super potent catnip. So I tend to go up there and I wanted to get some because I haven't tried it with Catra since you came into my life. I haven't been to the Ren Fair since then. So I went there and got some. And now it's going to be, we need to find Silvervine. Yeah. So I'm just curious to see if it's like a healthy way. Like if I put wheatgrass down, this thing is all over it. I need to find another order of that and have it at the ready for her. Have a little small planter of silvervine or wheatgrass to kind of have near a window because she does like chewing on it. I tried the meat sticks. Yeah, grow some wheatgrass, order some and get some, and then have like little containers that I can rotate in and out. Um, I can find it. Or some of them now come a little bit easier, and they have like pre-made. Because the root ball for yes, please, yes, please, still do. I'm still gonna need to do that art and craft project. I do love meat on a stick. I will not deny. I'm not opposed to having meat on a stick. But right now I have a cat that requires my attention. And this is kind of why I asked for that other that other image that I could pop up to say we're still chatting. It's just kitty time right now. It's kitty time, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I'm leaving that one in there, Ginger. I'm leaving that one in there. Good evening, Kabula. Enjoy your alert. Well, it's not always all right. Like sometimes Jay, if I'm not careful, she's constantly trying to say that, and it's like, calm down, please, or be chill. Hi, how are you? Hmm? 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 So what you up to, sweetie? We only have
painty_paints, stay in frame, smiley face.
I am in frame with the cat. The cat wants me to stay in frame. Hmm? Hmm? Uh. I she sits where she wants to sit. Like I tried to play with her a little bit earlier, and she's just like, "Nah, bro, no." Now you're starting to clean yourself, which is about to be time when you're losing interest in being on the table and you want to go have your adventure. All right, I see the tail flicking. Come on, let's go. Nope, nope. Stop. You got your tail. Calm down. Calm down. Tail swipe. Highly effective. Found the paint. Well, she swiped the paint with her tail, and I wanted to get it off. Yeah, yeah, she does that. Thankfully, it was just her tail that got it, so I could just quickly go get that one squared away. Welcome in, Ginger Beef. Your wife was here earlier. She said go do the damn dishes. I try to be very careful about that just because I don't want her to accidentally like eat the paint or start licking the paint. Like she has licked it before and go, oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm like, well, I told you so, dummy. Good evening, Kittler. How are you? Well, come on in. We're working on our orangutan. Ginger beef went live. Okay. Thank you, Pooh. I will put that on my list of things to start acquiring and accomplishing. Because the wheatgrass kind of helps with the digestive tract and keeping them a little bit even. Because I mean, if she eats like leaves and stuff, she'll end up throwing up. And granted, I mean, it's she hasn't shown any food sensitivity yet, so I am grateful and thankful for that. It's just, you know, anything we can do to help the digestive tracts, it's okay. This is Steamforge Games Animal Adventures. Faraway Sea Adventures, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Animals in the Faraway Sea. We have Joker, the Orangutan Tinker Mage. So technically, he's an artificer. Or he'd be an artificer. So I decided I wanted to paint him because the color orange was singing to me one day, and I was like, okay. We paint where the serotonin lives. I've made pretty good strides on my ReaperCon entry. I will be working on that off and on throughout the week. I'll probably do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays and keep up the progress on that. But today is Cutie Patootie Sunday, so we're going to continue to work on our tinkering mage and our little bat friend. But how have you been, Kit? I feel like it's our yearly time to chat, or our monthly time. Oh, itchy up face. One 110% depressed, Kit. And all that goes. 100%. I see you. I too feel that. It's kind of how I feel about Mondays sometimes, or Fridays. It's like, nah, I can wait till Monday. I just need to have one chat with a guy in the morning, and hopefully we can be done with the review as well. Sweet Christmas. I like the Steamforged miniatures. I hate the Steamforged miniatures at the same time some days. Technically, these two are supposed to be the same scale. But these are just a smidge smaller than 25. Or these are proper 25, or just feels like below 25 a little bit. Which, I mean, to each their own. It's not like I'm. Well, I can be a bit of a size person sometimes, but. Yep. She is doing her best Batman impression to make sure that the backyard is safe. I do have the window open so she can sniff the outdoors and enjoy all of the scents and hear all of the birds and stuff. She is very good at being the ghoulish imp. I got the brown out for a reason. Oh, that's why. Um, I shouldn't even really need it. I have not heard her try to sing, but she has done that in the past, yes. She has done the whole cat chatter thing and been vocal. She's very vocal with me and likes to talk to me, as you can tell some bits. Hello. Can you stay over there, please? Can I can I offer you a trade? I trade you this for some peace. Um, One of the reasons why I asked in that other question, once you're done with the emote spook, for the graphic that's kind of like this, I just need something to say, the cat really wants some attention and I need to give it to her, but I didn't want to create a full scene for it and have a transition on stream for it. I mean, I can. I'm lazy sometimes. Yes. Yes. I need to revise some things too on the bot announcements. I mean, you're not wrong, kid. You're not wrong. She likes to poke. She really likes to fight for that attention. And what's weird is that when I'm giving her attention, she'll take it for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then she'll kind of get bored and like want to like do something else. All right, that's fine. Um, but then what ends up happening is that I'll go do something else, and she's like, "Excuse me, it's time for attention again." I'm like, well, "No, I just tried to give it to you." She's like, "No, bro, it's time for attention again." I'm like, "But I just tried to give it to you." She's like, "Yes, but have you heard of second attention now, or third attention, or fourth attention?" I'm like, "Kid, please." She did that earlier. She did that earlier. May I direct your attention to tail swipe? That's why I try to keep her tail contained. And you'll often, like, sometimes you'll see my hand like this. I'm trying to keep her from getting in the paint thing or the wet palette. And then she gets really upset with me because I'll take her over to the bathroom and I put her under the sink because I'm trying to get the paint off of her tail. Oh, I did almost come home with the dog today too. I stopped myself because it could be someone's dog. And I have to wait tomorrow and see if it's still about. Well, yeah. I don't know how much further I plan to go with this guy. I want to do more of the blue and get the gems looking pretty. And I think we may be putting them in the close to done pile. I just they're great. They're great models because they're highly detailed and figured. Problem is they're they're really small in comparison sometimes, and it's not Jim in my jams to get all the fine details on these models. So oh, I don't like this playlist right now. Highs and lows are too. All right. Here we go. That should be a bit better. I don't like those songs that are like, we're gonna have like 2 minutes of like quiet white noise, and then it's gonna kind of like start coming to life. I'm like, just play the freaking song, you funky white boy. What is the figure you're working on there, Smithery? Just out of curiosity. I just saw it in Discord. No. Modral from the Wheel of Time. Uh, I never got into the Wheel of Time. Both the book series and the series on Amazon. I like the pose. Um, so my understanding of the Wheel of Time series is what someone was telling me is that it's you don't really know who the main character is supposed to be from the books. I'm speaking from the point of view of the books. Someone's like, yeah, you don't really know who the main character is, and you're just kind of herping derping around in the series. But the only one that like you finally figure out who the main character is the traveling salesman. He's kind of everywhere in the series and on both sides of the fence all the time. Wheel of Time. Wheel of Time. Talking about that series. Smithereens painting up something from that series, one of the gods, or one of the figures, which that's kind of fun. I well, that's the other part of the problem is that they get so long or they get slow or they're just not like moving like today's books like you read. Yeah, and then I mean Sanderson ended up finishing the Wheel of Time, but at the same time it's like it's 20 plus books in that series if I remember correctly. One of the interesting things is seeing him on interviews. Uh, is just how he goes. Yeah, nobody wanted to buy them. Well, I mean, we had pages of feast dedicated in Game of Thrones. So the publishers pointed out to Sanderson one day that whether the book was 300 pages or 1,000 pages, the reason why they wanted 300-page books um, was so they could fit more on their shelf in the store. Yeah, it's Game of Thrones is not a nice series. Very much the opposite of nice. All right, so what can I do with what I've got on my palette? I'm kind of working my way done. I don't really want to mess with them too much. Yeah. I've read a couple of Sanderson books. They're not my favorite, but that's true with most. Like, I'm not completely alone in that thought, but he is a good author. Um, I read my intro to Sanderson was the Mistborn series, which I did not like. I enjoyed the idea of how he does stuff. Um, so the early that's what someone told me is that it's grimdark, or it's supposed to be like the very first Mistborn, the solid three. Um, the first three that was my entry into Mistborn, and I was talking to one of my IT guys, and I was like, "Is he ever actually going to write anything of like combat in his book?" And he goes, "No." Like he would talk about these epic battles and start building up on them, and then it would be like, and this thing happened and it's all over. It's like that makes no sense, but at the time I understand. um, I didn't understand, and then I saw him speak at Dragon Con one year, and a lot of stuff started making sense with me then. I've never gone back to read any of his work. I was kind of put off a little bit by Mistborn, so I was like, I like Grimdark. Yeah, I'll have to put it on a list. I'm probably going to start doing audiobooks on Tuesdays and Thursdays again. So, yeah. And at the time, that's kind of how he was doing everything. Um, so I've got to get through the last of the first Law series with the Bloody Nine and Logan because I want to see how that kind of ends. It was a grimdark series uh by Joe Abercrombie. Um, the first Law. So it starts off as kind of like it's like a D&D party forming as the first book. You have a berserker called the Bloody Nine. Yeah, yeah. They're chonky books. They're chonky boys. Um, they're 20 plus hour audiobooks. But I love Nine Finger. Like the Nine Finger character is so like I can connect to the Nine Finger. I can connect to the Bloody Nine. I need to put up my ending soon. I do have to work tomorrow, unfortunately. Um, so we're gonna throw up our raid timer. Nope, wrong button. That button. And we're gonna start our raid out timer. I need to back that up. Stop. Stop. Reset. 8. Nope. 7. Yep. Start. I meant to do it earlier, but I forgot because we were talking about books. So I haven't quite figured out everything that's going on. Oh, that's easy. That's social stream. That one's easy. I'll send you a link to it. Works well with Chrome. It also is the emote wall that I use too. So like all of the zoomy emotes that you made, uh, or that one. You see how they stay animated as they bounce around. Yeah, yeah. I like that one a lot. So I'll drop you that link. It was just a web browser plugin, and all it does is it reads through the different outputs of whatever browser you have open. So you could have Discord chat added to it as well. Kind of scary, but you could have it if you really wanted it to be in there. Um, mhm. I'll have to double check. I'll send you the link. I think they've updated parts of it. It's just a Chrome browser extension, so he has a detailed instruction on how to install it. And it works. I mean, once I figured out how to get it installed and functioning, and just kind of going through the options and like clicking it, it's like, oh, okay. Uh, and if you really wanted to, you can change a lot of the text of the social stream as well, Pook. Like you can change the font, you can modify anything and everything on it. Yeah. Because it's scanning for me right now, it's scanning Twitch and YouTube, both vertical and horizontal. I did that because not all the time that stream elements or the ground control thing works, so I wanted to have a way to make sure I wasn't missing any chat. Well, if someone stumbled into YouTube, King would stumble in every so often, or they would hang out there. It's okay. I mean, I do it primarily now just to have the backlog of the VODs, so I don't have to switch between Twitch and YouTube and import the two. So it just records. Essentially, I'm just recording there for fun and posterity. Um, there was a thought once upon a time that I could take the vertical stuff and clip it up, but I ain't got time for that. I got time for that. Yep. Twitch does allow for vertical streaming. Uh, I can request to join the 2K club and see if I can be a beta tester for it. But yeah, at the end of stream, usually what I'll do is I'll start checking out I'll edit the stuff on the VOD side really quick and change the cover page to be from live to VOD, and then move the playlist around to what I actually worked on. So like Steamforge games tends to stay in like a working small category. But the shorts and the vertical format's kind of where I try to push myself to post once a week. I don't push, I do. Simply because that's a good way to drive traffic on the channels. I just haven't. I had one person subscribe because of they found me live on Twitch or YouTube. And what's weird is they were on the horizontal side. They weren't on the vertical side, which is the short side. And it's kind of was like, okay, whatever. But it was nice. They were a Warhammer painter, if I remember correctly. They were working on some. They were working on a Death Guard. No, they weren't working on Death Guard. They were working on Guard. Yeah. Okay. Who is live that I feel safe dumping everybody into? There's a lot of people live right now. Probably going to be following freely. Okay. Falling freely is going to be an amazingly safe place. Ginger beef is not a safe place. Why can I not type their name? Search and filter. Falling. Oh. Typing is hard. We're going to go say hello to Falling Freely. She is or they are doing something that is absolutely freaking gorgeous. So I'm going to push the go raid button. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you for having a great time. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Friday night. I shall return for Monday, mix it up. And we will we'll pick up back on our chibi skeleton. So thank you. Let's go say hello.